we believe that the big retail shopping malls are the ones that could be impacted far more than street retail. Some of the investment in the retail centres has been great. Some of the retailers themselves are suffering, and disposable incomes in all countries are going to be reduced. And people are going to look at the low-value retail or internet shopping to take on board rather than just going to the shopping mall. Just taking it slightly outside of the Russian market, where do we, Cushman & Wakefield, believe there'll be winners and losers? The winners probably are the Asian markets, Brazil, certainly the Central European markets, the stabilised markets, the more mature ones, Warsaw, Czech Republic. Elsewhere, the diversified office markets. Somewhere like London or New York relies heavily on banking. That is the industry that is on its knees. Other cities, Paris, Moscow even, has a much diversified tenant base in terms of offices. You've got a lot of headquarter buildings and other things like that. Where are the obvious places where things are going to take longer to recover? There's the Central European markets that are less established. We said Bulgaria, Romania, Ukraine. Those places where investors are going to have concerns over the medium to long-term changes that are going on in those countries. Again, looking here now at who are the new real estate owners? Who will come in to take over from where the banks have lent money to entrepreneurial developers? Basically, the people who are going to make money at the moment are going to be those people who don't require large amounts of bank finance. You'll probably get developers forming joint ventures. Rather than compete against each other, they'll use the resources they have and share the profits between themselves. The German funds, the open-ended funds, Germany is a nation of savers. There is a lot of cash still to come out of Germany, and German funds are very sort of opportunistic. They will look outside of the established markets to invest. In any market, there are people now looking at the stock market. They'll be looking at real estate as being underpriced or on its knees. There are individuals who will club together, put their money through the private banking system to invest. So again, these people, the high net worth individuals, will come through as probably a new investor. Previously may not have invested in real estate, they may have only done other things. And also, despite the current crisis, there is still a lot of capital loitering in people's accounts, whether that be private individuals, whether that be funds, or whether that be the banks themselves. Over the next 6 to 9 months, as things start to stabilise, as people see or predict maybe that we are near the bottom of some crisis, that money will come out. That money will be available to invest. The market revolves around transactions. We need movement in the market to gain momentum. And some of the investors who want to sell, I've mentioned banks earlier. Banks will start to take control of the space and they will lease it. Again, I think the third bullet point here is quite important. Banks own a lot of property which they use themselves. They have 63, according to our estimates, it's $63 billion euros of assets that the bank own and control for their own operations. This is a great source of equity release for them. So I think you might see a lot of investment product coming along, and as banks try to release or sell their other things. I think one final point here is just there has been a lot of public investment across Europe by the governments or by the states in the banking system, in the financial services industry. This will lead to control. I think in the UK yesterday they announced there will be another government department set up to control the investment in the UK banks. They anticipate a staff of nearly 3,000 people in London. This has instantly created a great source of new jobs and new real estate demand. The same will happen in Frankfurt, Paris, Milan. So I think you've got to look at the governments or the state departments needing more space.